Well, on Carlton now, with his guests and a collection of strange and funny TV from around the world, it's Monday Night Clive.
Welcome. And first, we have exclusive news that Manchester United hero David Beckham has joined Tony Blair's cabinet as Minister of Culture. Mr. Beckham has just attended his first cabinet meeting and he's waiting to talk to us. David, what's it like working for Tony Blair?
As soon as you come to the first day, you know, he remembers your name and it's like a sort of family atmosphere. And when you do something wrong, he tells you, but when you do something right, you know you've done it right.
Thank you, David Beckham. On with the show that combines the tact and judgment of a joke by Prince Philip with the grace and sincerity of a full-page apology in The Sun. Every week, this programme uniquely offers a sample of the wealth of digital television channels now available at the touch of a small button and a large cheque to Rupert Murdoch. On the digital channel called Producing Your Own Broadway Show on a Low Budget, the schedule says that Miss Joy Jacks of Australia is about to star in her own production of My Fair Lady. We don't want to miss that, so let's take a look.
I could have done all night and still had begged for more. I have spread my wings and done 1,000 things.
That was Joy Jacks with only some of the cast of her production of My Fair Lady. We'll go back later in the show to see how Joy handles the Ascot scene. But now, our political correspondent reports that William Hague's leadership is under threat from Kenneth Clarke's new cool image. Food news, and Cherie Blair tells us she thoroughly approves of the new genetically modified British sausage. At the opening of the new Welsh Assembly, our cameras caught the moment when the Queen asked Tom Jones to return the knickers she threw at him in 1948. And the moment when Prince Charles asked Shirley Bassey to return the underpants he threw at her in 1954. As Mike Tyson once again walked free from prison, he told our reporter he intends to lead a new life free of sleaze, drugs and violence. I'm going to play rugby for England, he said. And as NATO predicts that the war in the former Yugoslavia will soon be over, Serbian President Slobodan Milosevic tells us, I didn't think I'd win this quickly. Deputy Prime Minister with responsibility for transport, John Prescott, is specially proud of the new Thames River bus service, which he promised will follow strict old Labour principles. There will be absolutely no advertising on the river bus. Prince Charles attended the ceremonial opening of the new Welsh Assembly last week and impressed Welsh speakers with his increasing mastery of the Welsh language.
Mae'r gwreiddiau yn dŵn, yn ddyfn, yn tynnu ei rhyddin o fyd hanes a threddodiad, o iaith a diwylliant y wlad meddwl.
And now, as Europe pulls itself together in different directions, whilst backing into the future with all sails spinning, the only man who understands the new united Euro continent is the most informed, most incisive commentator in the Netherlands. He's waiting to talk to us now at the other end of a tulip-shaped satellite in Hilversum near Amsterdam. It's Raoul Heertje. Well, it's good to have you with us.
Thank you.
Raoul, the big political thing here right now is the Euro elections. What's going on in Dutch politics?
Well, the Euro thing is not an issue at all. Nobody talks about it. We don't care about the whole European thing. We're not for it, we're not against it. The whole elections, it's not an issue over here. personally, I regret the fact that the Pensioners Party is not taking part, because I really like the Pensioners Party. We had the Pensioners Party and they were doing great, you know. They had a different leader every 2 weeks. They had different voters every 3 weeks. It was really good, but now they all died out, so it doesn't exist anymore. Because it's a pity, because they were the only good people in politics, because they went into politics because they want to strengthen their career, or they wanted to start networking for a better job. Their career and most of their lives was over, you know, so they were relaxed people, you know. They didn't want to make big changes or do big things, because all they ever said was, well, everything used to be better in the old days anyway, you know, so they weren't looking for any changes. I really like them, so it's not an issue over here. We're not talking about it.
Raoul, what did you personally think of your own country's effort in the Eurovision Song Contest?
Well, they were really making an effort, but it was a bit of an embarrassment. You know, I think we got a lot of points because people heard about those stories of your rugby captain, so they thought, well, the next Eurovision Song Contest should be in Amsterdam, you know. You can get 5 prostitutes for the price of 4 there, so let's go to Amsterdam. I think those are the only reasons why we got points. The strangest thing was, you know, last year we had Dana International, you know, that's why it was in Israel, which I think was much nice, you know, it gave an extra edge to it. She's very, very popular in Holland, I have to tell you, Dana International. And I thought about her, it's interesting because her name sounds a bit like an airport. You know, it could be an airport, Dana International. And there's even a story in a Dutch newspaper that this guy who went out with her, he said when you lie next to her and you touch her, you actually hear a voice saying, "Welcome to Dana International." The board of directors of Dana International wishes to apologize for the reconstruction work taking place on Dana International. We hope that in the near future all entrances and exits will be available again for the public.
She doesn't just sound like an airport, she sounds like an airline, doesn't she? Dana would be a better name for Israeli Airlines than El Al. El Al sounds like initials, like BA. And your airline's got initials too, it's KLM. What does KLM stand for?
Yeah. KLM is Koninklijke Luchtvaartmaatschappij.
Koninklijke Luchtvaartmaatschappij.
Yeah, you just